Okay, so what we are going to see today is this, that is the characteristics of the MOSFET, and we will see characteristics of NMOS and PMOS, enhancement type as well as depletion type. And towards the end of the discussion you should be able to tell me like which MOSFET characteristics is better and for which applications. So not everything will be good for everything, so we have to be very specific. Now from the characteristics, so let us see enhancement type first, because we have seen enhancement type analysis, so it will be easier for you. What we have on x and y axis is always for input characteristics, we will have ID and VGS. So everywhere on y we will have ID, and here we will have VGS. Here also we will have ID, and here also we will have VGS, ID and VGS. So please note this down. We have seen through our problems that the threshold voltage of NMOS is positive. So this is, let me say, this is VT, threshold voltage of NMOS, and threshold voltage of PMOS is always negative. So that's why I'm showing it on the in the third quadrant. So this is VTP. Okay. Now when VGS becomes greater than the threshold voltage, at that time your current is going to increase. And here when the VGS becomes more negative than this threshold voltage, that time this current is going to increase. So this is basically the enhancement type characteristics of NMOS and PMOS. So please note here one thing, that for an enhancement type transistor, for this, in a NMOS, VTN is positive and here VTP is negative. So point to be noted. VTN is positive and VTP is negative. Now this MOSFET is called enhancement type because you are enhancing the conductivity of the channel. Enhancing means, you can see initially VGS is 0, means current is 0. That means the conductivity is also 0. That is why no current is flowing through the MOSFET. So when you increase the VGS, the conductivity of the channel enhances and the current starts increasing. Okay. So that is why this type of MOSFET, which we have already seen, is called as a enhancement type of MOSFET. But there is also a second category of MOSFET which is called as depletion type. So just to show you what a depletion type MOSFET is, so I'll just draw a small diagram here. So we had here N plus, we had here P plus. So this is which type of MOSFET? NMOS. Okay, and then here we had an oxide layer at the top, and somewhere here we had our gate, and then we had source, gate, drain, and here we had the bottom. Source, gate, and bottom. Now what if, so in this the channel was not present, so we had to apply VGS and enhance. So we had to apply VGS like this, plus and minus. We had to apply a positive VGS in case of a NMOS to enhance the channel. Now if there is a channel already, so if somebody has already made this channel here, if the channel already exists when no voltage is applied, so if we have an N-type channel here like this, if we have fabricated the channel like N plus and N plus here, then channel conductivity initially is very high. To get the desired conductivity, we now don't have to enhance the channel, but we have to now deplete the channel. Deplete means you have to tell some electrons to go out, and that is possible only if you reverse this VGS. So this is depletion. Okay, depletion time. So we have to reverse this VGS. Reverse the VGS means we have to apply a negative threshold voltage. So we have to start from a negative threshold voltage and then go to a positive threshold voltage. So what happens here is we have to consider this additional point here. So I'm just yes, somebody had some doubt. Okay. So here for a depletion type NMOS, the threshold voltage is going to be negative like this. Okay. So I'm calling this as VTN for the depletion type, and the characteristics will start this way. So it is like saying that if I ask you for half glass of water, what you can do is you can take an empty glass and fill up to half the level. So you will get half. So you start with 0 and you reach half. Or you get full glass of water and then ask somebody how much water you want. If he says half, then you throw half the water and you still reach half. So NMOS and enhancement and depletion are analogous to that. Here in enhancement we start with 0 conductivity and reach the conductivity that we want. So in enhancement we enhance what? Enhance the conductivity of channel. Enhance the conductivity of the channel. And here you are reducing the conductivity of the channel by depleting the charges. Deplete the channel. Okay. So this is our. So similarly, what we are going to get here is somewhat like this. So this is 0, this is VTP, and this is this way. So you can note even at 0 VGS, there is some current flowing through the MOSFET. So basically this MOSFET can also be used as a resistance. We will see about that. So just naming some regions here for our sake. So this is cutoff and this side would be linear or saturation. Similarly, this is cutoff and this side would be linear or saturation. Similarly, this side of threshold voltage is cutoff and this side would be linear or saturation. Similarly, where the current is 0, completely 0, that is cutoff, and the other side is going to be linear or saturation. Now, in this case, our VTN is negative and here VTP is going to be positive. So just note how the threshold voltage is changed. So generally in the oral exam, they will ask you what is the threshold voltage of NMOS. So don't try to be over smart and ask enhancement type or depletion type. you just say that for enhancement type NMOS, the threshold voltage is positive. Okay. Many students in the Viva, what they do is they, when a question is asked, they reply with a question, and that is what makes the external mad. So you have to see to it that you don't ask any stupid questions to the external, and always remember that you are giving the Viva, not taking the Viva. So some students forget that, and then they pay the price for doing it. So like I always say that your communication skills have to be very good, because the person who is going to come and take your Viva will be a master of that subject. So have you noted this down? If you have noted this down, write done in the chat box. If you are done with this, just write done in the chat box. Okay, Swam, I'll just wait here till others also complete it. Durva, Pratik, Samiksha, have you done this? Jose? Okay, so I can see many have done. So these are your input characteristics. So we are going to plot this. Now the question comes, what is the output characteristics? Output characteristics also has to be somewhat similar. So what I'll do is, let's just plot the output characteristics. Okay, so you can just draw like this. On X in the output characteristics we have ID, and on Y we have VDS always. And we know that the characteristics for a certain value of VGS in the enhancement type is going to be in this fashion. So let me just put it this way. So this will be for the enhancement type, the first quadrant, and the second quadrant would be, the third quadrant will be for the PMOS. Now you should very well understand or recollect one thing. I told you that the demarcation boundary between linear and saturation. So this is linear and this is saturation. And this point, the value of VDS here is VGS minus VT. The value here is VGS minus VT. And here also the value is going to, so here we have VTN and here we will have VGS minus VTP. VGS minus VTP. So generally that is the case. Now let's take some values here. So let's write, let VGS be 2 volts and VTN be 0.5. So 2 minus 0.5 is going to be 1.5 volts. Let's say for the sake of some calculation. And here we have minus 2, minus threshold voltage of the PMOS is always negative. So let's say that is minus 0.5. So minus minus all this would become plus, and here this value would be like minus 1.5. Okay. So that is the small change there. Okay. So this point is here and this is like the linear and this is the saturation. This curve is for NMOS and this is for the PMOS. Now the question arises, what will be the characteristics for the depletion type? So this is NMOS, the blue line is for the enhancement type characteristics. This is for enhancement type. Now let me draw the characteristics for depletion type. But before I calculate depletion type, you must do a quick calculation here. So here the threshold voltage in case of a enhancement type, you should see here the threshold voltage was positive. Here the threshold voltage is going to be negative. So let's say if here it was 0.5, we got 1.5, and here it's minus 0.5. Here it is minus 0.5, and this is going to be plus 0. So now initially we were dealing with plus 0.5 for NMOS, minus 0.5 for PMOS. So yeah. But now we are dealing with minus 0.5 volts for NMOS and plus 0.5 volts for PMOS. So what will happen to this formula? Like VGS is the same. So VGS minus VTN. So here it will be 2 minus of minus 0.5, and that is going to be 2.5. And here what will happen? So VGS minus VT. So VGS is the same, minus 2 minus of, now VTP is positive, so that is 0.5. So this is going to be minus of 2.5. So actually what happens, is something like this. So you can see that this 1.5 becomes 2.5. So actually this point moves on this side. Okay. And this point will move on this side. So that is what actually happens. And just draw the characteristics in this way. So this thing will be somewhat like this. So actually they are on top of each other only, but just while drawing we are drawing it that way. Just draw it this way. Actually this blue and white are on the same thing. Anyways, we'll draw it that way. So what actually happened, you need to note that. So you have to note that the linear region became bigger and the saturation became smaller in the case of depletion type, and in the case of enhancement type, the linear region is smaller and the saturation region is bigger in size. So they have their own applications. So basically enhancement type NMOS, we can say bigger saturation and smaller linear. So generally the Q point is in the saturation region, and in amplification it is better to have big saturation region. So that is why most of the times enhancement type transistors are used in amplifiers. So nobody should have a doubt, like when sir is designing an amplifier, why he is not using depletion type transistor. That is because when I am designing an amplifier, my Q point should always be in the saturation. So I would always like to have a bigger saturation and a smaller linear. Similarly, if you look at a depletion transistor, okay, so it will have bigger linear and smaller saturation. So basically we can use this, it has got a bigger linear. So current varies linearly with voltage, and that is the reason why it can behave as a very good resistance. So most of the times it is used as an active load. So now we are planning to design amplifiers. So we will always consider which type of NMOS, that is enhancement type. So in all our further discussions, we will only focus majorly on enhancement type, but we will not remove depletion type because we don't like it. We will logically understand where these things are used, and since our course is focusing on amplifier, we will focus on enhancement type MOSFETs only, and that makes our discussion even easier. For enhancement type NMOS, threshold voltage is positive, and for enhancement type PMOS, threshold voltage is negative. So that's what you have to remember. So after now drawing these characteristics, these are the 8 characteristics that we are going to see now using LT Spice. So after drawing this, you write done in the chat box and start your LT Spice. Okay, so we'll wait for others to just complete this. So you will not find this in any book. Okay, you have to apply your mind and verify this in the lab. And today's lab is focused on programming with Spice. So you will write actually a few lines of code and then run the circuit. Any doubts in this, please ask. Make this arrow this way. This blue line is enhancement type and the pink line is this is this point moves on this side. And mind it, even if you are going for like a PhD interview or MTech interview at IIT Bombay, they will ask you these questions only, okay, based on the characteristics. So they want the fundamental to be clear, then they are capable of building the concepts. So they want the fundamental to be clear. Yes. What about others? Have you drawn the characteristics? Okay, so let's start with our LT spice. Now this time the way of using LT spice would be different. So just listen to this carefully first. What was our approach? We used to open a schematic file and then we used to do something on that. So let's say that we had some potential divider bias circuit. We used to run this thing and we used to see the operating points and so on. Okay, so this was simple. So you are dragging and dropping the components. But sometimes you have to tweak it using a code. So actually what we never saw is this, that is spice netlist. Okay, so we can write this code, and then we can build or simulate this circuit. We can build or simulate this circuit by writing this code. So now the question is how to write this code and what is this Q1 CBE0 like that. What is the meaning of all this? So let's see how to do this. I'm just closing this. Okay. Now first thing, you will minimize your screens and right click here and say new notepad file. You will say new notepad file and you will name it as NMOS1. We will name it as NMOS1. Okay. So you will open this file here and save it here. When you are renaming this file, what you will do is you will write here nmos1.cir. You will name it as what? nmos1.cir. Okay. So let it be there on your desktop, no problem. Now I'll go to Spice. I'll go to LT Spice, go to File, and then say Open. Then I'll go to my desktop where I have saved that file. My countries, okay. Then I'll say here All Files, and I can see here my file, that is nmos1.cir. Okay, I'll open it. Now once I open it, you can see here one cursor. So what I want you to do is first do this much and post your outputs in the chat box. And once you are done with this, then we will see how to write the code. So first create a notepad file, name it nmos1.cir, and then we will see how to go about this. Okay, so now any circuit. So what you have to do is like how we used to name the circuit. Now we'll name this file in which the circuit is there. So I'll write this as somewhat like this: NMOS input characteristics of enhancement type MOSFET. So when you see this green line, that means it's a comment. Okay. If I remove this, then it becomes what do you say? It becomes a code line in the code. So we'll have a star to it. Then now any circuit. So how to tell Spice that this is the circuit I want to run. So anything in SPICE will have two parts. One circuit connection, so you have to specify the circuit connection, and then you have to specify inputs to this circuit, inputs to the above circuit. Okay, you have to specify this. So we'll write something here, we'll write something here. Now what to write? That's the question. Okay. So let me just go ahead and tell you some more things. So if you see our MOSFET, we are going to have like this. This is the way to see the characteristics of the MOSFET. So here we were connecting plus minus VDS. This is drain, this is source, this is gate, and here we are connecting plus minus VGS. And like in the case of every MOSFET, body is connected to ground. This is grounded. Okay. Now we have to name the every node in this circuit. That means, let's say drain is 1, gate is 2, source and body, they both are connected to ground, so I'll call it as 0. Now you should observe here that MOSFET is connected between node 2, 1 and 0. VGS is connected between 2 and 0, and VDS is connected between 1 and 0. Okay, so this connection we have to specify in SPICE. This connection we have to specify in SPICE. So let's see how to specify this in SPICE. Okay. So first thing here is I will write VDS. VDS is connected 1 and 0, and its initial DC value is 0. Similarly, I will write is connected between point 2 and 0, and its DC value is also 0. Then I will write MOSFET. So I will name the MOSFET as M1, and then I will specify in the order drain, gate, source and body. So first drain is connected to node number 1, drain is connected to 1, gate is connected to 2, source and body are connected to ground. So I will write here M1 is connected to 1, 2, 0, 0. Okay, and the name of this MOSFET is mod N, and the length of this MOSFET is 1.8 microns, and the width of this MOSFET is 7.2 microns, and the sequence in which this is written for the MOSFET is like this: drain, gate, source and body. And then I will write this mod N is a NMOS, so I will write a dot model statement, dot model mod N. So if you write here this M1's name is Akhil, you have to write dot model Akhil is a NMOS. So you can try all those funny things later on, but for now you write like this: a mod N is a NMOS whose threshold voltage is equal to 0.5. Okay, so here you have given the values of the circuit. You have, by writing these lines, you have actually built the circuit. You have specified how each and every component is connected between the nodes 1, 2 and 0. Now you have to give input to the above circuit. You can give a DC input, you can give a AC input, you can see a transient analysis, you can do whatever you like. So you have to write here dot DC because we want to see the characteristics. So I will write here S changes from 0 to 5 because it's a input characteristics. So on X I want VGS and here we want 0.1. So VGS is changing from 0 to 5 in steps of 0.1, and this I want to see for 3 different values of VDS. So VDS is changing from 0 to 1.8 in steps of 0.6, let's say. And then we have to write dot end. And then say save. So now you all will write these lines and put it in the chat box. Okay, Riddhi, Sayan, Suham, go on. Now you will see there is no circuit in front of you, but there is a description of the circuit. There is no circuit, but there is a description of the circuit. So put this in the chat. Put this circuit in the chat box. Okay, let me check whether you have written properly or not. Okay. Yes. Now, one warning here. You have to see to it that this VDS and this VDS are exactly the same, and this VGS and this VGS is exactly the same. If there is a mismatch, then the circuit will not run. Okay, so many students will write this GS in small or G capital S small, something like that. Now we will say run. Now we will say run. So you can see now Spice has run this file, and here you can see on the x-axis VGS, and you can see VGS is going from 0 to 5 in steps of 0.1. So that is what we can actually see. And now on y-axis, we want to plot ID. So I will say add trace, and you can see here ID, that is the drain current flowing through M1. So this is going to be, so you got this characteristics. So you will get it like this. Now you can try and change this to, like, 1.8 can become something like 3.6, and this can become 1.2, and you can simulate it again. So you can see that what you are getting is like the input characteristics for three different values of VDS. So now you will show me this characteristics and the circuit both together. Alternatively, what we could have done is we could have opened a new schematic file. Okay, we would have saved it as NMOS for input underscore char. Okay, we could have done this also, and then we could have gone to the components. We would pick up one NMOS like this. Okay, and then we would have put some source here. And then you could have joined this. So why we are doing this? Because here we will write the value as advanced, and here we will write none, and here we will write VDS, and similarly here we go to advanced, we will say none, and here we will write this as VGS, and obviously you have to give a ground here, and this is your. Okay, now what we could have done is we could have like simulated this DC sweep. First source we would have said VGS. This is my VGS. Type of sweep, you can take it as linear. Start value is 0, sweep to 5, and increment in steps of 0.1. And second source VDS is 0 to 1.8 in steps of 0.6. So we could have written this, then said okay. Now you can add trace here and simply add here ID, and you can see that you will get the same thing. Okay, now you can see here there is a way to pick up the MOSFET. So you can pick up a MOSFET and from the standard list and plot the characteristics. So what we should actually do here is, because we want to give this same L 1.8 and 7.2, so in this circuit we will not use this standard thing. We will go to F2 and we will select the NMOS in which we can change the things, and the body I am connecting it to ground. And if I right click on this, I can specify the length. So that is 1.8 microns and your width is 7.2 microns. If I simulate this thing, now you should see we get the same kind of result. Okay. And so that's it. And here you can specify by giving this in the as a .op spice command, that dot model nmos, the nmos, and now if you simulate this thing, you can see that I actually built a circuit here and got the same characteristics, and here I wrote a code and I got the same characteristics. Now if you see this, this thing, if you see this code, and if you see the spice netlist of this, they will be similar. You can see that. See here, VDS is connected between node 1 and 0, VGS is connected between node 2 and 0. This is again 1 2 0 0. Can you see this line? And then dot model. So these are some similar kind of lines you will see there. And this dot back ano and dot end are for plotting this through this graphs. So I wanted you to experience this thing very clearly. So now I want you to show me characteristics plotted through the code, only the code, and characteristics plotted using the schematic. And what I want to check here is whether you are able to get the same thing using both the ways. Okay, so your characteristics are correct. Now I want you to do this thing. So it's 10 o'clock. Let's take our first 10 minutes break and resume back at 10:10. In the meantime, I'm leaving it like this, so you can try. Oh great, Soham, very good. Soham, there is a problem. Use this
Sir,
NMOS as a NMOS 4, because if you use this NMOS, then you will not be able to give length, width and threshold voltage.
okay.
And make this VDS as 1.8 and 0.6. 3.6 and 1.2 is fine, but just for matching purpose, let us keep our values same. Later on you can change and check. Sayan, this the length and width that you have given for this NMOS is not correct. That is why here you are getting currents in nanoamperes and here it is in microamperes. So there is the difference. Both the current should be in same range because the circuits are exactly the same.
So,
Omkar, can you show me what is the W by L of this transistor? Now, where will you actually use this skill? Sometimes when you are maybe you might have written you have designed the code in Spice, okay, LT Spice. You have done the code in Spice, and once you do the code in Spice, you can generate the schematic directly. Now, sometimes this schematic we will take and we will read it in cadence, let's say. So when you read it in cadence will not accept this file as it is. Okay, so you have to change certain comments, not the circuit part, but certain comments we have to change in this Spice file, and then only cadence will read this Spice file and it can generate the circuit and give you higher insights of the circuit like RC estimation or interconnect delays and so on. So that is something that if you want to study that, then you have to understand how to write the Spice file and what is the significance of it. So this Spice file actually is like an interface between different softwares. Every software will understand this Spice file. They might display results in different way, but the common thing between them is this Spice file. So you can design in one, read in another, and so on. Okay. So now let's see the output characteristics. So what I'll do is I'll just close this for some time, and this same file I'll save as nmos2 is nmos2.cir, and this file I'll save it as output characteristics. So okay, I can see now many are getting the correct results. Now here what we are doing is we can change here NMOS output of enhancement type MOSFET. So circuit is the same. The only thing that you are doing now is you are going to uh, just give VDS first and then VGS. So this G becomes D and this D becomes G. That's the only change. And if we simulate this thing, what we are going to get is the output characteristics. And the similar thing if we do with this thing. So now if we are here, if we write VDS and the second source we will write VGS. Okay, let's simulate. So you can see we got the same characteristics. So do this change and show me the output. You should check these current levels and these current levels should be absolutely same. Okay, Jose, you are getting the correct output. Good. Okay, Jose, I think what you have done here is you copied the Spice netlist into this code and then you ran it. That will also work, but what we are learning is to write the code. So I will prefer that you write.
Yes, sir.
So push this output in the chat box. Okay. Jose, you have got the correct output. Yes, correct. Now let's see the depletion type transistor. So just going back, depletion type means we are seeing the NMOS now. So from enhancement we are moving to depletion type. So here the depletion type transistor will have a negative threshold voltage minus 0.5 and all other things would be the same. So what I'll do is I'll close this and now I'll open our previous files. I'll open my NMOS2, NMOS1. Where is it? Yeah, NMOS1.cir. What happened? So this is that file. Now I'll just save it. File save as. So I'll just write here NMOS instead of NMOS1. I'll write NMOS1D.cir. That means now I'm going to do it for a depletion type. So here NMOS input characteristics of instead of enhancement type, we will write depletion type. And the threshold voltage is negative and we'll run this. So we'll add trace ID. So specifically you can see this part, like this is not absolutely zero. It should start at minus 0.5. Okay, so it should start from the other side of 0. But here we can see only up to 0. So that is because you told Spice that show me only this much. So what you can do is you can write here, we know that threshold voltage is minus 0.5. So here you can give any value which is greater than minus 0.5 in the negative direction. So here I'll write show me minus 2, 5, and then you can simulate this. And now you can see that, oh yes, this is minus 0.5 here, and somewhere in between here there is a 0. Okay, and that's how we can plot the characteristics. So this is one thing. And now if you want to do this the same thing, so I'll just save it. Input char. And now I'll just save this as input char underscore depletion. So here just this dot model will become minus 0.5, and here we will write VGS GS. The second source will write VDS. Say OK. And as far as the first source is concerned, you have to write -2 to 2 to 0.5 in steps of 0.1. And when you simulate this thing, you will get this. So you can see both the characteristics are now the same. So now you will show me this. These are the characteristics of what? A depletion type transistor. An NMOS depletion type transistor. So yes, all this if you don't write, it's also fine. So actually speaking, there are just 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 and 6 lines. That's it. 6 lines of code to describe the circuit. Okay, Soham output is correct. Soham, I think you have see this transistor, no? You have to take it as NMOS 4.
NMOS 4.
Yes. And when you use that transistor, this dot model will actually work.
Okay.
And Then you right click on that MOSFET and then you give this L and W. There is a provision to give length and width. Sayan, your output is perfect. Now let's see the output of the that is the output characteristics. So we will save this, we'll close this for the time being, and we'll save this file as output, and here we will save this file as NMOS 2D. And what will we do? We will just interchange the values of VGS and VDS. So let's see how to do that. So now here, first we will interchange VDS and VGS. And here now instead of -2 it will be from 0, and other things will be the same. Similarly here also. This will be VDS, VGS, 0 to 5. And say OK. Now we can simulate this, and we can simulate this circuit as well. And you can see both the VDS are same. Now here also we will plot ID, and here also we will plot ID. So put this circuit in the chat box. Now after doing this, we will observe certain things. Okay, Sayan, yes, now your outputs are perfect. So now are you like confident that you can also write a code and generate the same thing, as well as you can draw a schematic directly and draw the same thing? Now you will really appreciate that if there are more components, writing this code is a very big headache because there will be like many nodes. Okay, so let's say that if there are 50 to 60 nodes, then I think you will spend half the semester only to decode the nodes and write the things on paper and then put it on the Spice editor and then simulate. So that is the reason why this LT Spice, they have created this schematic option where you can drag and drop the components and the Spice code gets generated in the background. So now you can really appreciate this LT Spice, that if I ask you to write code for each and everything, then I'm sure you will go mad. But you should know that both the things give the same output. Okay. Now let me just compare, close this file, and let me open the input characteristics of the enhancement type MOSFET. Yes, here we have. You can open anything. You can open the schematics, or you can open the LT Spice file. So I want you to observe these two characteristics. Okay. So first and foremost, if you look at both these characteristics, this NMOS2 is output characteristics of enhancement type, and so let me just put it in the editor. So I think you can understand from here. So the first characteristics is of enhancement type, and the second is of the depletion type. Both are output characteristics. Now if you look at this point, okay, these points are the same for that is for the same value of VGS. So at this point your VGS is 1.8, and here also VGS is 1.8. Threshold voltage here is 0.5 and VTN here is minus 0.5. So what happens is this point is actually VGS minus VTN. So that will be 1.8 minus 0.5. How much is that? 1.3 volts. And here this point is going to be VGS minus VTN. So 1.8 minus of minus 0.5, which is going to be somewhere like 2.3 volts. Now if you extend this point here, to extend this point on this axis, you can see this is roughly between 1 and 1.5. That means the value will be at 1.3. and if you extend this here, this is roughly between 2 and 2.5. So this value here will be 1.3 volts, and here this will be 2.3 volts. So the meaning of that is that this was your linear and this thing was saturation, and here this was linear and this was saturation. So you can see now that linear has increased like anything. So we can use this depletion transistor, as a resistance, because the linear region is much bigger than the saturation, or it's bigger as compared to the enhancement. And in the enhancement, the current remains constant for a very large amount of time, and that's the reason why you can use this transistor as a constant current source. Okay. So that is the meaning of this graphs. So now what you will do is you will post this in the output. So we have done actually 4 characteristics: NMOS input, NMOS output, NMOS depletion input, NMOS depletion output, in 2 different ways. That is by directly writing the code and by drawing the schematic circuit. So this experiment was taken to demonstrate to you that the same thing can be done in 2 different ways, and you should know both. Now all of you will do the same thing for PMOS. You will do the same thing for PMOS. So no need to draw the schematic now. Now you must be convinced that yes, the schematics are fine. But yeah, so now do it for PMOS. So can you all do it for a PMOS? Yes, so now I want you to like show me these two together. See, just plotting is of no use. We have to compare, we have to analyze the graphs. Then only you will understand more about the device, and from the graph you should be able to tell where I can use this, like that. Then only the experiment comes to a logical conclusion. Now one more thing I wanted to actually show you. Let's see here in any one of the characteristics. Let's see here, length is 1.8 and width is 7.2. Now if I make length and width both half, I will make it 0.9, and this I will make 3.6. I will make length as 0.9 and width as 3.6. Then what are you expecting? Are you expecting an increase in the current or a decrease in the current? Can you unmute and answer? Anybody can unmute and answer. If I make length and width both half of the previous, will the current will increase or the current will decrease? Yes, what is your answer? Unmute and answer. You can unmute and answer. If I make the length and width half, will my current increase or decrease or remain same? What will happen? See this line. Your length was 1.8, 7.2. I just made it half. What are you expecting? Come on, unmute and answer quickly. Rashmi Joshi, can you answer this? Okay, so let's simulate this and check what happens. You will simulate and you can see nothing happen. You can see nothing happened. Initially also it was 220 microamperes. Now also it is the same. Now why this happened? Why you got the same current even if you reduce the size of the device? So when you change the length and width means what? You reduce the size of the device, but you got the same current. Now why did this happen? This happened because you know ID is equal to mu n cox W by L upon 2 VGS minus VTH the whole square. So here W was 7.2 microns and L was 1.8 microns. So the ratio was W by L, the ratio was 4. When I changed both by the same amount, W by L 0.9 and 3.6, 3.6 and 0.9, the ratio still remained 4. The ratio still remained 4 and hence there was no change in the value of current. So that is the reason why it is like that. There is no magic inside that. So this is the primary advantage of the MOSFET, that its characteristics does not change if you change length, if you make length and width small by the same amount. If you make length and width small by the same amount, you can still derive the same current from the MOSFET, which is not true in case of BJT, which is not true in case of JFET. And this is the reason why MOSFET is the best candidate to go inside a integrated chip, that is a IC, and 95% of the ICs are made using MOSFETs. That is why in your course there is more emphasis on MOSFETs, because what you would practically encounter most of the time is a IC which is MOSFET based. So I will just close this and I will open the PMOS circuits for you. So just for your sake, I have written the files for the PMOS. So circuit connections are absolutely same. Instead of mod n, now you will write mod p, and here in dot model you will write mod p is not NMOS now, it is PMOS. Okay, so basically that is the change. So this is enhancement type, this is depletion, and let's get this here, and this is so this is PMOS. You can take it like this. So this is PMOS enhancement, and this is input characteristics. This is PMOS2 is output characteristics, and this is for, this is like the input characteristics for the and this is the output characteristics. So all the codes are there in front of you. You can note it down, simulate, and show me the output. Put the outputs in the chat box. So what I'm doing is I'm just putting the circuit files for you, and here
Can I take the
so I'm putting the circuit files here for the PMOS. Soham, can you confirm whether you have got it at your end?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
And I'm also putting the NMOS circuit files just for your reference. So when I put up the lab manual, it will be easier for you to take down the results. And yeah, anything else from my side? So now you all will simulate. So first you will show me PMOS input output characteristics for enhancement type, all both of them in one window, and then you will show me PMOS input and output characteristics for depletion type. Means first you will run these two files and show me the outputs, then you will run these two files and show me the output. So all you need to do is just keep adding then PMOS2 will run add ID, then we will run PMOS 1D, ID, and then we will run PMOS 2D. ES and this is so this is what you can observe very clearly. These are the four characteristics which you can get. So put this in the chat box. Okay, Joe's. Okay, so you have done it for input and output characteristics of depletion, input characteristics of depletion and input characteristics of enhancement. Okay, no problem. Now you show output characteristics of both. I'm just sharing the schematic files also with you. Now, based on that schematic files, you can just replace that NMOS with a PMOS and use NMOS 4 and NMOS 4 from the SPICE netlist, from the component list. Any doubts, anything that you are not comfortable with when you did this, any command that you have not understood, unmute and ask directly. So why we have done so much of MOSFETs is because now your entire course is focused completely on MOSFETs. Okay, so it was necessary to have a deep understanding of the MOSFETs. Now we can go slightly fast with the other part of the course. Okay, so it is 11 o'clock and time for our second break of 15 minutes. So we will resume at 11:15 and now see biasing circuits based on the MOSFETs. So we have seen biasing circuits for BJT, we have seen biasing circuits for JFET. Now we will see the biasing circuit for MOSFET.